Is it fun for you to blame me? Just because you paid for some study abroad fees, you act so arrogant to me. The cost of study abroad fees she mentioned was $50,000. For me, it's not something I can easily dismiss as just. After treating it so poorly, I got mad enough by her selfish rant. You really are a nasty person. I don't want a stepmother like you at my wedding. We're done. Okay, fine. After various altercations, I got mad and hung up the phone. I came to myself after hanging up the phone, regretted a little that I might have been emotional. Having said that, the fact that I was cheated out of a large amount of money remains. I can't help but want to punish daughter-in-law for using her daughter and lying to steal money. So I decided to get back at her and correct her dishonesty. I'm Catherine. I will turn 76 this year. I have 2 sons. Since I have not raised a girl, I found my granddaughter Emma, born to my eldest son's family, incredibly adorable. I made a point not to interfere too much with my eldest son's family, generously giving money without interfering in Emma's events and celebrations. I looked forward to receiving photos of Emma's milestones and events such as entrance ceremonies and birthday parties for my son. In the meantime, my eldest son's wife, Nancy, came to me for advice about Emma, who is attending college. She told me that they are not able to afford the cost of Emma's studies abroad, and she wanted to study abroad. Oh, okay. Emma has been working hard at her studies, and as a mother, you want to let her go, right? Yes, we hope that we can prepare money, but we don't have such a large amount of money right away. I'll take care of it. How much will it cost? Well, it seems it will cost about $50,000. That much? Hearing the amount of $50,000 shocked me, but I suppose that's what it costs for a long-term study abroad. Above all, I didn't want my beloved Emma to give up on what she wanted to do. With that in mind, I decided to give Nancy $50,000 from my savings. Nancy was very grateful, so I had no regrets about giving her the money. However, I would come to deeply regret trusting Nancy's word without a hint of doubt. I later learned from my son Lucas that Emma had left for England. What puzzled me a bit was that Lucas had not mentioned anything about the study abroad fees. At that time, I decided not to worry about it, thinking that Nancy was so thankful and it was typical of my son to do such a thing. After some time, I began receiving photos from Emma herself during her study abroad. Events, new friends and experiences while studying abroad. Knowing that Emma was having fulfilling days made me very happy. But still, even in Emma's emails, there is no mention of the study abroad fees. I wondered if I was expecting too much gratitude, and though I felt something stuck, but I didn't say it. I really appreciate you that we were able to send her to study abroad. Thank you so much. Good to hear. It seems she's enjoying her life there. I got emails from Emma from time to time. Emails with Emma? What kind of exchange are you having? Nothing special, just things about how the food she ate was delicious and about her new friends. Thinking back, Nancy thanked me more than she should have every time she saw me. Perhaps in the son and daughter-in-law's household, Nancy manages all the money matters, and the two of them may not know anything about it. I convinced myself of this and forcibly accepted it. I may be a bit conceited to want to be thanked by Lucas and Emma too. I decided not to think further about it, although there are some things that don't quite add up. Then, a few years later, when Emma graduated from university and told me she was getting married, the cause of this hot-headedness became clear now. I learned about the wedding from an invitation from Emma. When I found a beautiful envelope in the mailbox, I was genuinely happy for her. Overjoyed, I immediately called Emma. I conveyed a lot of blessings to Emma and chatted casually as usual. However, during the chit-chat, I noticed something was off between Emma and me. And that's when I finally understood what had been causing the discomfort I had been feeling all this time. Emma, congratulations on your wedding. I received the invitation. Thank you, Grandma. I'm glad the invitation arrived safely. Will you attend the wedding? Of course. I'm looking forward to it. While having such a casual exchange, the topic turned to the story of her studying abroad in university during the conversation about memories from when she was a child. Emma, reminiscing about those times, talked to me about various experiences she hadn't had the chance to tell me about at the time. Emma, you worked hard in your studies. Studying abroad was a really good experience, wasn't it? Yes, I'm really glad I was able to go. It was hard preparing money. Money? You mean the tuition fees? Yeah, right. I took out a scholarship, but the conditions were strict and there were lots of documents involved. It was harder than I thought. For a moment, I didn't know what she was talking about. The $50,000 for Emma's study abroad was supposed to have been given to Nancy. Puzzled, I checked my bank book and told Emma about it. On the other hand, Emma insists that she researched and borrowed the scholarship money all by herself, so there's no mistake. I'm not lying. I've kept all the documents and paperwork I ordered. I remember receiving a consultation about the study abroad fees from Nancy, and I'm sure I gave her the full amount. Something's not right. Emma and I think it over on the phone together. But no matter how much we think about it, the truth doesn't become clear. Emma then said she will ask her mom once and cuts off the phone call with me. Where did the $50,000 I gave at study abroad fees go? I was also worried if there had been a misunderstanding. The truth was revealed in a phone call from Nancy the next day, and I couldn't believe my ears. Hello, Nancy. It's a good time. There's something I want to check something. Don't go on and say something totally unnecessary to Emma, Catherine. Nancy sounds very angry, didn't even say hello, and suddenly started shouting at me. The unnecessary things that Nancy is talking about, although I don't want to believe it, must be the $50,000 I handed over. From Nancy's attitude on the other end of the phone, I was convinced that she had done something with that large sum of money. I can't keep silent now. Like Nancy, I spoke in a yelling voice. Unnecessary things? Are you talking about the $50,000 I prepared for Emma? That money was supposed to be given as her study abroad fees, wasn't it? Yes, that's why I thanked you many times, didn't I? I heard from Emma yesterday. She borrowed a scholarship for study abroad fees. What on earth did you do with the money I gave you? Nancy, on the other end of the phone, mutters something and seems to be evading the issue of where the money went, even though I continue to press her without giving up. Nancy starts to make excuses, like using it for Emma's college fees, for the wedding, and so on. Having reached my limits of patience, I confront her even more strongly. If that were the case, you should have told me honestly. I would have given you the money. That's not what I want to know. I want to know why you'd been lying to me and Emma until now. What now? Are you regretting the money you gave? It's all in the past. Who cares? I want to know the truth. The reason you lied to get a large sum of money from me. Nancy dodged my question, tried to change the topic, and raised her voice even more. My irritation grew as Nancy kept making obviously false statements, trying to deceive me, despite persistently asking only for the reason, and stealing the conversation back every time it veered. Nancy finally lost her temper when she began yelling and blaming me. Even after using Emma's name and lying to squeeze a large sum from me, I lost my patience. Do you enjoy blaming me so much? It's just $50,000 and you acting high and mighty. Aren't you the one who did something blameworthy? You didn't give the money I prepared for Emma for your own benefit, did you? You're so persistent. You're truly a mean person. I won't invite you to Emma's wedding anymore. This is the end. We're done. I was so furious at Nancy's selfish words that I simply answered, "Good," and hung up the phone. After a while, I came to my senses and regretted losing my cool. Even so, I wanted Nancy to feel some pain. She deceived people, used her daughter to lie, and took a large sum of money from me. I decided to take revenge and rectify her dishonesty. It was sorry to tell Emma, who had been delighted about my attendance, that I couldn't go. However, thinking of my dear Emma made me even more unable to forgive Nancy. I held my cell phone tightly, took a deep breath, and sent a message to Emma. Unable to overcome my distrust for Nancy, I arranged to meet Emma outside to give her a gift directly. What? Grandma, you just said you would come a little while ago. I'm sorry, Emma. Something came up. Really? Grandma, you've always made excuses and never come to celebrate with me since I was little. Wait, what? What do you mean? I froze when I heard Emma's words. Certainly, I hadn't been attending Emma's celebrations to avoid being overly intrusive. However, I thought I had been more than generous with my financial gifts instead. Thinking back, it was when I saw Nancy looking uncomfortable that I began to not to interfere much. Until now, I was satisfied just seeing photos, but I might have been avoided without even realizing it. Could it be that the gift money I had given so far had not been used for Emma? The thought gave me chills. Emma, about what we're talking about. I did give Nancy the money for your study abroad. About that, I asked Mom and she said she didn't receive anything. Is that so? I also asked Nancy about it afterwards. I recounted the conversation I had had with Nancy over the phone, leaving nothing out. How she evaded my question about what she used the $15,000, which was intended for study abroad for, and how she ended up shouting at me. Emma may not believe my accusations against her mother. That crossed my mind, but when she muttered, I knew it, looking down. She seemed to remember something. My mom's like that with me too. She lied with a straight face, and when I complain, she gets angry back at me. That's unfortunate. That's why I don't think you're lying. It's not okay to lie and steal money. With a cry of "let's get back at Mom," Emma took my hand. Her proposal was convenient for me, who wished Nancy would reflect on her actions. Emma, who was worried that I would be mistreated by Nancy again, agreed to not attend the wedding, saying it's a pity, and instead wanted to take pre-wedding photos with me. I'm really happy, but aren't pre-wedding photos usually taken with the family? Is it okay? It's okay! I missed your photos in my album so far, because I didn't have any of yours at all. Besides, I don't want to take them with a liar like Mom. About a month later, Emma consulted with the groom and brought forward the pre-wedding photo shoot. We took the pictures without letting Nancy find out. I was stunned by the radiant beauty of Emma, even more beautiful than in the photos I had seen before. I was excited, quite out of character. Seeing this, my son Lucas came over with a wry smile and an apologetic look. Mom, I'm really sorry for all this. Nancy had always told me you couldn't come to celebrations because of your bad leg, and I believed her. So, that's what's happened. I wonder if the money I've been giving as celebrations for Emma has been used by her? As for that, I think it's okay because I was always there when we received it. Oh, that's reassuring then. It seemed that Lucas still had other concerns and was currently looking into them. Even Lucas and Emma had become suspicious of Nancy's behavior, and they were quite upset about the $50,000. Just as I was talking with the two who had sided with me, a call came in on my cell phone from Nancy. It seemed that Nancy, who had discovered that the pre-wedding photoshoot schedule had been changed without her knowledge, was directing her anger towards me. What the hell is going on here? What do you mean? You've just gone ahead and finished the pre-wedding photoshoot without me, right? You think I planned it? You're just taking out on me because you can't attend Emma's wedding! Nancy's voice sounded triumphant. I sighed softly and told Nancy the truth, that it was Emma and Lucas who had planned the change in the pre-wedding photo shoot. Upon hearing my words, Nancy went silent, perhaps realizing that Lucas and Emma knew the truth. After a brief silence, she immediately started shouting insults at me. The two who had been listening to the entire conversation from my phone shook their heads slowly. Their faces twisted in pain. Where's the proof that you gave the money? Anyway, Emma won't believe such a thing. Emma did believe me. That's why she took the pre-wedding photos with me. It's impossible that she would believe you over her own mother. Why don't you remember what you do on a daily basis? If you can't believe it, you're welcome to ask her yourself. Upon hearing my words, a loud what could be heard from the other side of the phone, while Emma, who had been attentively listening to our conversation, wore a very dissatisfied expression. I handed my phone to her. Mom, it's me. Emma? What are you doing? Why wouldn't you invite your own mother to such an important event like a pre-wedding photo shoot? Mom, why won't you apologize to Grandma? Oh, but don't you have to apologize to me too? It's ridiculous that there are no pictures of your mother at the pre-wedding shoot, don't you think? Listening to Nancy's loud voice without listening to Emma's words. Next, Lucas took the phone and switched. Lucas, her husband, also couldn't handle the conversation, shaking his head in a gesture of resignation. Nancy won't listen, no matter what we say. I didn't think it would come to this. I'm going to retaliate against Mom, so Dad, it's okay now. Retaliate? How are you planning to do that? You mentioned it before. Leave it to me. I have a good idea. Seeing Emma's mischievous smile, Lucas and I looked at each other. I talked to Lucas about skipping the wedding, and instead asked him to record Emma's radiant appearance and the ceremony. And then, a few days after the wedding, looking forward to seeing the video of Emma's wedding that Lucas showed me, I was shocked by the unexpected happening. It was during the reception when Emma read a thanks letter to her mother, Nancy. Mother used the study abroad funds that Grandma had prepared for me to pay off her own debt. Of course, the venue erupted into a roar, but the video shot by Lucas clearly captured Emma's voice. It revealed that the study abroad funds that I had given to her mother, Nancy, were used arbitrarily. The fact that this was kept a secret not only from me, but also from her and Lucas until recently, how she had always looked down on me. She even disclosed that she couldn't attend the wedding ceremony due to Nancy's actions in front of all her relatives. Midway through the video, there was a scene where someone who seemed to be Nancy was captured, raising her voice and creating a scene. How dare you ridicule your own mother? All of this is a lie. I have evidence. Everything I've said is true. The video captures such exchanges. Nancy, who would have wanted to look good in front of her relatives, was looked down upon by everyone and shrunk in size. Lucas even managed to capture such an awkward scene in the video. I was unable to hide my surprise as I watched the video to the end, and let out a large sigh after it finished. Emma, you really got your revenge, didn't you? I confronted Nancy after that too. Then I found out that she used the $50,000 you gave her to repay her own debts. Well, it seems she also used it on travels and shopping as she pleased. Really? But isn't that a quite large amount to spend on debts and shopping sprees? Well, it turns out that this was just the tip of the iceberg. She seems to have been lying and getting into debt here and there. Hearing Lucas' story, I was dumbfounded. It's an unbelievably bad story, but it's not surprising for someone who can lie to their family without any hesitation. Lucas plans to file for divorce from Nancy due to the bad habits that came to light this time. Emma, who is now married and living in a different household, also agrees with the divorce and is pushing Lucas back. Later, I received a message from Lucas saying that he was able to divorce Nancy successfully. As for Nancy, it seems she can't give up on Emma and is trying to make contact. Claim it's her right as a mother. However, Emma's husband would never allow such a thing. And in fact, they have never met face to face. I don't want to introduce such a liar to my child, even if I have one. Emma, who said this, seems to have completely cut off her relationship with Nancy by moving far away. Emma and I are still the same as always, frequently exchanging trivial messages by email. Emma's husband is a very nice person, and since the incident with the pre-wedding shoots, he has been getting along well with everyone in the family. Actually, there was one incoming call from Nancy since then. The contents of the call was, "Let me see my daughter. It's your fault that I can't reach Emma. Say everything that happened was a lie." Of course, I politely declined, and since then, I have cut off all contacts with Nancy. By the way, the $50,000 that was cheated out of by Nancy, she was severely offended during the divorce proceedings, and it seems that it is supposed to come back as alimony. Of course, since her evil deeds have become known to all the relatives who attended the wedding, it seems that there is now no one who is on Nancy's side. And as for the current Nancy, It seems that she works day and night to pay back the alimony. Granny, I'll let you know as soon as I have a baby, so look forward to it. Yes, of course. Such happy news is always welcome. Emma, who is still living cheerfully, is getting even closer to me. To make up for all the events and celebrations we couldn't participate in until now, she's even planning a family trip, saying, "Let's make a lot of memories from now on."